A series of moments between both these two teams. One big swing of the bat, and home runs have made the difference. In game one, it was Bella Barnes out in right field, as Jenkins lets that one go out there for a ball 2. And for Pace, it was Willa Poplawski with a grand slam home run to add the moment. Top of the 7th, the rain started coming down, and the ball was just difficult to field out there. But the Setters got their job done, forces game 3, the 2-2. Fouled off once again, hit hard there by Jenkins out into the parking lot. And away from all the cars, thankfully. Jenkins, a number of moments over in this postseason. One comes to mind, that 2 RBI single. Game time back in the NE10 championship game. The 2-2 here now from Sheehan. Popped over to foul territory, staying alive. The NCAA would like to thank all of our corporate champions, including Coca-Cola. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. We're sending someone to Chattanooga today, and someone's going to win that East Region title. Sitting behind me, it looks great. We'll see that here at the end of this game, the 2-2. Upstairs there for a ball 3. We'll find out that hardware stays here in New York or if it's going to travel down to Delaware. Here's the payoff now from Sheehan working on Jenkins, a 3-batter. Fouled off once again. This is a great at-bat here for Riley Jenkins. And you sensed a little frustration from this Setters team, particularly after game 1, after what Sheehan was able to do against them. A number of different pitchers have come in here in the Super Regional, and all of them very different. The lefty, the 3-2. That one slammed down over toward first on the bouncer. Grabs the bag. Here goes Hatch in a 1-2-3 inning to start things out here for Delani Sheehan. To retire the Setters in order. We're still scoreless as Wilmington, the home team, will be up to bat coming up next. The sun peeking out here in Pleasantville, and you wouldn't have known. It rained and looked awfully ugly out there. Started coming down towards the 6th and 7th innings back in game 2 of this series earlier on here today. Right now, 74 degrees and partly cloudy. A high of 75, low of 62. We're done with rain here for the day. Wind gusts up to 14 miles an hour. And entering the circle here will be Alyssa Smart, sophomore to Scottsboro, Alabama. 9-2 on the year, 1.43 ERA. Her 11th start, 26th appearance, 103 innings of work. It'll be her first postseason start in the NE10, in the NCAA tournament, Smart with a start back in game 2 of that NE10 first round with their backs to the wall against St. Mike's, who worked a win off of them, and Smart was dynamite back in that contest. A win, 6 1/3 of an inning, no runs on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 4 strikeouts. Taking a look defensively around the Setters. Kat Luna catching. Jenkins on first. Valle on second. Shea on third. Matsuda at short. Going left to right in the outfield, Borino, Gorman, and Poplawski. For Pace, a designated player, Giselle Garcia. Leading off here for Wilmington will be Tristan Stewart as she slugs that one toward first base in the glove of Riley Jenkins, who will end up retiring Stewart for a quick out number 1 on a hot ground ball. Stewart, the senior out of Centerville, Maryland. 1 away. So that'll bring up Cassidy Zolano batting second, playing shortstop here today for the Wildcats. The junior out of Hoxton, Delaware, 301 bat. 17 RBIs, 347 on base percentage. Takes strike 1. Batting third will be Maddie Valmar. Bella Barnes batting cleanup. Batting fifth, Haley Grigo, as that one works on outside there for a ball. Sydney Hatch in the 6th spot, going 7, 8, 9 for the Wildcats will be Gracie Mabry, Eve Serrato, and Emma Zimmerman to round things out here for Wilmington. The 1-1 now from Smart. Line down, base hit here into left field. And a little bit of a shade from back in game 2, where Zolano, also in the 2-hole, got the first hit of the day as well. Well, now Zolano on board first base here with her first hit of the day. That'll bring up Maddie Valmar, the freshman of Thornton, Colorado. We've seen her as a pitcher and as a center fielder back in game 2. Valmar hitting .339 on the season, 1 home run, 18 RBIs, and a .390 on base percentage. Runner on first, 1 out. Here's Alyssa Smart. as that one is driven foul here for a strike. Now, Smart, a no-hitter earlier on in the campaign to rival that of Giselle Garcia. You talk about a 1-2 punch. Pace has their 2 pitchers with no hitters here on the season. For Smart, that came back on the 27th against Southern New Hampshire, who played in the East 2 Regional earlier on here in this postseason. She had 2 wins in that game. A doubleheader here in Pleasantville. Smart's been chomping at the bit for a moment like this. That one is bunted down, picked up by Luna, tossed on over to first, and in there for out number 2. A sacrifice squeeze here for Volmar to move Zolano on over to second base. Smart was second in the NE10 with ERA, an impressive 1.43. An impressive opponent batting average, 194, allowed from Smart. Not the overpowering strikeout queen that we've seen Giselle Garcia has been over this postseason, but Smart just straight nasty with her pitch selection at times. That one just misses there for ball 1 here on Bella Barnes, the right fielder. Senior out of Greenwell Springs, Louisiana, 5'8". Barnes, 6 home runs, 37 RBIs, 496 slugging in a big test now here for Smart. Knocked over here toward third. Shea on it. Tosses on over to first to retire the side. Smart holding on here with Pace. We're scoreless as we head now to the top of the second. It's been a series of moments. Welcome back here to the top of the second, a critical game 3 as we send someone to Chattanooga. The winner moves on, the loser ends their season. Willa Poplawski leads things off. A grand slam home run back in game 2. As Sheehan goes after her inside there for ball number 1. Poplawski, a junior outfielder to San Clemente, California. You're streaming ad-free here on Flow College. I'm Alex Zeller. Thanks for making me a part here of your Friday afternoon. Sheehan, the 1-0. Just missed there for ball 2. Poplawski back in game 2, ended up going 2 for 3. The grand slam home run and a single, a 4 RBI day for her. Really opened things up for the setters, the 2-0. Outside there for ball 3. As I opened up the inning, it's been a series of moments decided by home runs. Game 2 decided by Poplawski's slam over the center field wall. Bella Barnes, the deciding factor in game 1 with a solo shot in the top of the 9th back yesterday. A 3-1 count, still a hitter's pitch here for Poplawski. 4 home runs, 37 RBIs, a .331 bat, 466 slugging here as well. As that one gets knocked on over to deep right field and over the head here of Barnes, back to the wall. Poplawski continuing to hit well and gets herself a lead-off stand-up double. Poplawski raking to start out game 3. So that'll bring up Rael Gorman. And now Pace looking to strike early here in game 3. The junior out of Temecula, California, 305 bat, 430 slugging. And back in game 2 at a 2 RBI double back in the 7th. And Gorman looking to pick up just where she left off. She coined that phrase, angry energy, that they wanted to bring to the plate. Well, they accomplished that certainly in game 2. And Gorman looking for a big hit now. Sheehan looking to hold the line. Runner on second, nobody out. The 1-0 tossed outside for ball 2. Sheehan looks on in, winds and deals. in there for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Runner on second. Sheehan looking to grab a grip here now. The 2-1. Knocked foul. 2-2 count as the NCAA would like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Buffalo Wild Wings. Scoreless here in Game 3. A series of moments, and Rael Gorman looking for hers once again. A 2 RBI double in the top of the 7th. Will Poplawski over there on second base. One on the come home. Here's the 2-2. Outside there for ball 3. A full count here now for Gorman. And now Delani Sheehan. Looking to dig deep. Mike Shehorn went to his graduate lefty as that one is launched on over here towards second base. Grigo on it, throws on over to first base for a very productive out. So Gorman will retire, and Poplawski moves on over to third base now. I'll tell you what, that was a great play made by Haley Grigo. Might have saved a run. She's been unbelievable at second base so far here in this entire Super Regional. That brings up Brianna Shea looking for her moment. And a swing and a miss here for strike 1 for the senior out of Oceanside, California. 5'8" and a right-handed bat. Shea back in game 1 went 0 for 2, but had 2 big walks there in that game. Runner on third, 1 out. The 0-1 from Sheehan. Outside there for a ball. A 1-1 count. Shea with 2 home runs, 31 RBIs, had 5 runs driven in, including a home run back in the East 1 regional round, the 1-1. Upstairs there for ball 2. Yesterday against Wilmington, 0 for 4. Sunday against Bentley in the East 1 regional finale, 0 for 1 with 2 hit-by pitches and a stolen base there as well. The 2-1 now. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Saturday against St. Thomas Aquinas College, she went 1 for 2 with 2 RBIs, including a run scored. On the 8th against DeUville, she went 2 for 3 with a home run, 3 RBIs, and a double, which put her in the top 10 of doubles here in Pace softball history. The 2-2. High and away, ball 3, and a full count here for Shea. The setters have a good approach here now, trying to work Delani Sheehan late in counts. She had 3 innings of perfection in relief, including the win back in game 1, and now the payoff. Knocked foul, and Shea keeps this one alive. The NCAA would like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Buick. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on third here in Poplawski, and Pace looking to strike first. Knocked through it over toward Grigo, on it to home plate. The tag not in time. An RBI single here from Brianna Shea. All fired up here on first base, and Pace strikes first. It's 1-0 here in the top of the 2nd. Shea's 32nd RBI of the year. What speed from Willa Poplawski to score on that one. And here comes Giselle Garcia, senior out of Lemon Grove, California. We usually see her in the circle. Here on the opposite side now as she'll toss on in there. 233 on the bat, 6 RBIs, 246 on base percentage. But Garcia hit a home run last year, so don't forget about that. That one kind of jams off on her. Throws on over here to first base in for the out. But a productive out here for Garcia as that'll move Shea on over to second base. Coming on into Sophie Valle, she'll settle on in here. Sheehan tosses that inside there for a ball 1. Shea with the fielder's choice in the RBI there. She worked out there toward Grigo. Put the setters on top, 1-0 here as that one goes outside there for a ball 2. Valle, junior out of Chino, California, 250 bat. 318 on base percentage. Ended up going 1 for 4, a 2 RBI single. She fouls that one off. That coming back in the 7th. by up to 15 RBIs on the season, 40 on her career for 101st hit back in Game 2. Shea on second, the 2-1. Knocked over toward third, picked up here by Mabry on over to first in order to retire Valle. But a ground out RBI for Brianna Shea puts Pace on top. They lead 1-0 as we head now to the bottom of the second. Back in a bit here in Pleasantville. Well, welcome back here to the bottom of the second inning. Leading off, Haley Grigo will start things out. Top seed of Pace leading 1-0 here in Game 3. The winner moves on to Chattanooga. Alyssa Smart in the circle, tosses it on in, and it's inside there for ball number 1. Haley Grigo, a freshman out of Middletown, Delaware, has played a great second base all day long. A .335 bat, 3 home runs, 35 RBIs, and a .400 on-base percentage. She'll take that on in there for strike one. A 1-1 count here to Alyssa Smart. Looking to have a similar performance as she did at St. Mike's. Getting the start here in this second game, and Smart's been dynamite this season. That one is lined out toward left field, trailing foul, going foul, and on out of play. As the NCAA, we'd like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Geico. A 1-0 lead here for the Setters. 1 hit apiece for both teams here. No errors in the field. And a 1-2 count here now for Grigo as Smart looks on in, winds and deals. In there, strike 3. First strikeout of the day here for Alyssa Smart. So that'll bring up Sydney Hatch, the freshman utility out of Magnolia, Delaware. She's playing a great first base, all super regional long. Right-handed bat, 5'4", Hatch hitting .379 on the season, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. Knocks out towards Shea, who picks it up, tosses it over to first. In there for out number 2. And how about a big 1-2 punch here for Alyssa Smart. Overshadowed a lot here for the sophomore. I mean, that's what happens when you have the East Regional pitcher of the year and the NE10 pitcher of the year on as well. But Smart's been great here this season in her own right, and she is a very fun pitcher to watch. That one outside there for a ball. Last appeared Saturday at St. Thomas Aquinas College. 1 inning of work. No runs, no hits, just 1 walk, the 1 up. Knocked through to her, but Smart slaps it down. Valle tries to gun it on over to first. In there for the out! Oh, Sophie Valle comes through here for Alyssa Smart. All hugs in the circle, and Pace will end up retiring the side. They lead it 1-0 as we head now to the top of the third. Back to the top of the third, a critical game 3. Top seeded Pace leading 1-0. The winner moves on to the NCAA Division II Softball Championship Finals, hosted in Chattanooga, Tennessee. In the circle back, Delaney Sheehan tosses on into Katarina Luna leading off here. That one's inside there for a ball. Luna, the junior catcher out of McKinney, Texas. 5'5" and a righty, 278 on the season, 10 RBIs, 320 on base percentage. As she lets that fly out there for ball number 2. Luna 1 for 2. Back in game 2 of this series, back earlier on today, as that one goes outside there for ball 3. Had a single in the 4th, had 2 walks. And now faces a 3-0 count here from Delaney Sheehan, who winds and deals. In there for a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out here for Luna. Yesterday against Wilmington, 1 for 3. Right now working on a 3-game hitting streak. Here's the 3-1. Slammed on through. Sheehan gets a piece on it. Toss on over to first is in there for the out. Another 1-4-3 here on the opposite side of things. And we're playing defense today. That was great. Retires Katarina Luna. To the top of the order we'll go. Here's Alexa Barrino, who struck out to start the game back in the first. 1 out, base is clear, and the setter's leading by 1. As Sheehan launches in. Little off-speed work in there for strike 1. Alexa Barrino came in today looking for a moment. Got a couple of bunt singles there as well. Her bat's been quiet earlier on here in the East 1 regional round. A big championship game performance there as well. She's really risen to some really high-pressure situations here in her senior season. The 1-1. Outside there for a ball 2. This is a kind of a series, a best of 3, but you wish it could go 7. That's how well both these two teams are playing here in the East region. The 2-1 is outside there for ball 3. And a meeting here in the circle. Such critical moments here now with Pace leading by 1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out here to Alexa Barrino with the top of the order here. Mike Shehorn into the circle, 12th season with the Wilmington Wildcats. He's their all-time winningest coach. 353 and 197 entering the season. His 4th straight super regional appearance. 9th overall NCAA appearance and 7th straight for him. 6 CACC championships, all since 2014. And the NFCA East Region Coach of the Year. Last year's East Region Coaching Staff of the Year for the ATEC. Barrino on over here toward third on the grounder. Throws on over to first. In there for round number 2. So just a word of strategy perhaps to the graduate lefty. And here's Kaylee Matsuda 0 for 1 with a grounder to short back in the first. You got to feel like the Wildcats bats are going to do something here in game 3. But it's just been such great pitching overall here of this super regional. It's come down to just mere swings, which has made the difference here today. That one inside there for ball 1. Mostly the home run. Right now, the game decider is a fielder's choice RBI for Brianna Shea. 1-0 count here now for Matsuda. A little off-speed work. Great pitch. We'll call the ball. 2-0 count. 0 for 4 back in game 2 for Kaylee Matsuda. Looking to get her first hit here of the afternoon. Matsuda's last hit in the 6th inning of game 1, where she went 1 for 4 back yesterday against the Wildcats. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Space is clear. Sheehan looking to keep this close. Dribbled on over toward third. Picked up, toss on over to first, and not in time. Blinking, you'll miss her. Kaylee Matsuda over there on first base with a infield single. So that'll bring up Riley Jenkins, who's 0 for 1 here on the day. Grounded to first base earlier on in the first. See if Matsuda tries to steal a bag here. Jean settles. Winds and deals. Matsuda takes off, swing and a miss. The throw down here towards second base. This is going to be close, and she's out. Oh, what a throw from Zimmerman. An absolute laser. to take out Kaylee Matsuda, and that'll end up retiring the side. 1-0, top-seeded Pace leads in Wilmington. We'll look to work on that momentum coming up after this. The 8-9-1 batters due up, and the Wildcats looking to work off some defensive momentum they got after catching Kaylee Matsuda stealing back in the top half of the frame. Welcome to the bottom of the third inning to Pace softball field in the campus of Pace University in what is now a sunny and partly cloudy Pleasantville. We had some rain earlier on here today. Alongside you here for Flow College, I'm Alex Zeller. Thanks for making us a part here of your Super Regional. We're going to get some hardware for somebody today, an East Region title. If Pace wins, it'll be actually their first in program history and their first trip to the finals round. The NCAA Division II Softball Championship Tournament. Alyssa Smart here in the circle as she tosses on in here to Eve Serrato, the designated player, and it's in there here for strike one. Serrato, a senior out of Tontagony, Ohio, 5'3" and a righty. The senior hitting .279 on the season, 5 home runs, and a massive swing and miss there for strike two. 26 RBIs, a .307 on base percentage. Transfer student from Monmouth, who she played in for 2 years, 2023 and 2022. Monmouth playing in Division I in the CAA. 1 ball, 2 strikes here now, and Smart in the driver's seat. She winds and deals. Swing and a miss. Got her. Second strikeout here for Smart on the day, and down goes Serrato. That'll bring up Emma Zimmerman. Graduate catcher out of Aberdeen, Maryland, 5'7" and a righty. Had that great put out earlier on to throw out Kaylee Matsuda. She shows bunt here, brings back trying a slap at it. In there for strike one. 300 hitter, 1 home run, 18 RBIs, and a .364 on base percentage. Zimmerman back in game 2 ended up going 0 for 2, both flyouts. The third and first, respectively. The 0-1 coming on in here from Smart. Popped up. Here towards center field. Coming on in goes Gorman. Gets under it. Makes the grab there. 2 away. To the top of the order we go here now. Here's Tristan Stewart. 0 for 1 on the day with a ground out to first base back in the first. Stewart last season, a regular season doubleheader, went 3 for 3 with 2 stolen bases against Pace. Rawlings Gold Glove Award winner out in the left field. A New Balance NFCA Golden Shoe Award recipient as well. She was second team NFCA All-American and third team D2CCA All-American as well. First team NFCA All-Region, first team D2CCA All-Region as well. For what was a great season for the senior last year. Her sister is also a 2-time national champion in D3. Stewart settling on in. Smart looking to stay in charge, the 1-1. Just missed there for ball 2. Stewart a bit more recently. Yesterday at Pace, 1 for 3. A massive 2 for 3 Saturday. 3 for 3 with a double in the season high. 3 RBIs at post earlier on in the regular season. Stewart's had some big moments in her career here at Wilmington University and looking for a big one now. A hitter's pitch. Stewart no home runs this year. 20 RBIs. Knocked up here towards Smart, makes the grab, retires aside. 1, 2, 3 for Alyssa Smart. Second straight inning, and the Setters lead it by 1. We'll be back in a bit here in Pleasantville. Back to Riley Jenkins leading off now, 0 for 1 on the day. Welcome back to Pace Softball Field in the campus of Pace University in Pleasantville, New York, the site of the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Super Regional Round. Alex Zeller alongside you here, streaming live and ad-free here on Flow College. Thanks so much for making us a part here of your Friday. Delaney Sheehan tosses in upstairs there for ball 1. Jenkins back in game 2 earlier on, ended up going 1 for 3 with the walk. Looking to put Pace here on top again. Slaps that one toward right field. Down there, base hit. The throw on over to first base. She'll leg it out here. What was a very close play at first base, I think. So Jenkins here at the single, as I originally thought it might have been. It was hit pretty well out into right field. And a leadoff single to start things out. Here's Willa Poplawski, who doubled back in the second in the leadoff spot. She's been hitting the cover off of this thing all day long. A grand slam home run back in game 2. Went 2 for 3 along with a single in the second back in game 2 earlier today. Poplawski looking to keep the hits coming. Upstairs there for a ball. She's been waiting for it. .331 batting average coming into today's doubleheader contest now. 4 home runs, 37 RBIs. The 1-0 is in there for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, runner on first. The cleanup batter. Dribbles that over towards short. Zolano has a tough time fielding it. And Poplawski safe at first. An error here in the field. There'll be an E6, which allows Poplawski to make base here. Runners on first and second now for Rael Gorman. Gorman earlier on, a 2 RBI double back in game 2. 1 for 2 with a hit by pitch and a sacrifice squeeze here as well. And it looks like Madison Paserno will re-enter. We saw her back in game 2 as a pinch runner. She'll do just that to step in for Riley Jenkins once again. So Madison Paserno on second base, a sophomore out of North Babylon, New York. Pinch running appearances earlier, and then Sunday against Bentley, Saturday against St. Thomas Aquinas as well, as of recently. So runners on first and second. Paserno on second base. Poplawski on first. Gorman here at the plate. Sheehan in the circle, and that one's outside ball 1. Gorman settling. What an answer from the setters. They set it in the post game, the 1-0. In there for a strike. The Wilmington pitchers are great, and Pace really wanted to hit them. They did that back in game 2, and starting that now. 3 hits here in the top of the 4th. So that one's in there for a strike. A 1-2 count. Sheen back to a potential jam. Runners on first and second, nobody out. A 1-2 count, and Rael Gorman looking to tack on some more here for Pace with a 1-run lead. Lets that one sail outside there for a ball 2. As the NCAA like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Geico. Here's the 2-2 coming in from Sheehan. Knocked foul. The NCAA like to continue to thank their corporate partners, including Great Clips. Runners on first and second here for the setters, a 1-run lead. Delaney Sheehan looking to draw the line. And Rael Gorman looking for more. The 2-2. A little off-speed work right on the money in there for the strikeout to take down Rael Gorman. What a pitch from the graduate lefty who's looking to vibe here with the Wildcats. 1 away. Brianna Shea looking for an RBI here. 32 here on the season. And another perhaps program record. That one's fouled off there for strike number 1. 119 career RBIs for Brianna Shea. And what's been a season of milestones here for this Pace Setters team. A program best 45 wins now. Looking for 46. They had a program best 27-game winning streak at one point as the 0-1 goes outside there for a ball. First time winning in the East Regional round. Now to the Super Regionals for the first time ever and trying to punch their ticket to the finals. Another first as Pace. Personal milestones. Giselle Garcia becoming the NE10 strikeout queen during the NE10 tournament. Over 1,000 career strikeouts. The first Northeast End pitcher to ever do it. The 2-1. Inside there, cold strike. Brianna Shea exactly one home run, one RBI away from some program records of her own as that one goes outside there for a ball. 3-2 count, one out. Runners on first and second. The difference in this one, a fielder's choice RBI from Shea here in the box. Here's the payoff from Sheehan. Popped up. It's going to stay here towards shallow, out into center field, caught on in by Valmar in order to retire Shea 2 away. Now Delani Sheehan looks to get out of this inning. Giselle Garcia looking for a big moment at the plate now. She's had big moments all postseason in the circle. And now she works here on the opposite end. 0 for 1 with a productive ground out as that one is swung and a miss there for strike one. Garcia, 300 slugging on the season. Last year at 220 with 8 RBIs. Someone's outside there for a ball. Garcia settling the 1-1. Fought off. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And Sheehan looking to slam the door on the inning and keep this one close. Paserno on second. Poplawski on first. And Giselle Garcia looking to get her bat to make a moment here in this Super Regional round. The 1-2 from Sheehan. Called strike 3. Good answer here from the graduate lefty. Gets out of a jam. Pace leads 1-0 as the Wildcats look to bounce back in the bottom of the 4th. Back in a bit here in Pleasantville. A nail-biter here in Game 3. We're going to send someone to Chattanooga here this afternoon. 1-0 lead here by top-seeded Pace, and the Wildcats looking to battle back on in. A bit of a jam. Runners on first and second. Delani Sheehan got on out of it. And now the 2-hitter. Cassidy Zolano along the meat of the order here for the Wildcats. 2 up. Zolano with a single back in the first. As Alyssa Smart settles on in, that works on outside there for a ball. The 1-1. Fouled off behind her here for strike 2. It's the NCAA. I'd like to thank all of our corporate partners, including the Home Depot. What a series we've had here. It's come down to moments. And right now, this game decided by a fielder's choice RBI from Brianna Shea. Smart, the 1-2. Fouled off here one more time. Back-to-back 1, 2, 3 innings here from Smart. 2 strikeouts here on the day so far through 3 innings of work. Smart with 26 pitches here. No runs, 1 hit, no walks. He's having a great start here. The 1-2. Just outside there for a ball. Zolano with a single back in game 2 as well. She waits a 2-2, slapped on over towards Shea. The toss on over to first is in there for the out. Oh, what a throw and what a pick between Shea and Jenkins, one away. We've seen some really great defense here in the field here this afternoon. A sacrifice squeeze from Maddie Valmar earlier on back in the first. She heads back on up. Smart winds and deals. Slammed out toward left center field. Coming on in. Grabbed by Borino. 2 away. So I'll bring up Bella Barnes 0 for 1. With a hard ground out toward third base. And another great play earlier from Shea to make it. Barnes looking to slap one here, perhaps. Smart looking to go 1, 2, 3 again. Jam back toward Shea. On it. The throw on over to first. 1, 2, 3. 3 straight here for Alyssa Smart. She's cruising as we head now to the top of the 5th. Top seed of Pace leading 1-0 as we head now to the top of the 5th inning. Sophie Valle leads things off 0 for 1. Back in the second on a ground out. Delaney Sheehan's done a great job at keeping this one close. Back-to-back hits earlier on in the 4th really gave her a test. So that one's in there for a strike. She goes right after Valle. Sheehan's been great over the course here of this Super Regional. The graduate lefty she looks on in. The 0-1. Little off speed this time, but just too high as the count goes even at 1. Valle back in game 2, a 2 RBI single as she slugs one down here the right field side. But foul, 1 ball, 2 strikes is the NCAA. I'd like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Intuit TurboTax. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. And a 1-run lead here for the Setters. They've been looking for more, but Sheehan has held them only to a Fielder's choice RBI from Brianna Shea, which has made the difference here in game 3. A nail biter for sure, the 1-2. Outside there for ball 2. It's been such a great series between these two clubs here in this best-of-3 series. The 2-2. Knocked over here towards short. Picked up by Zolano. The toss on over to first is not in time. And Sophie Valle legs out there for another single here for Pace. A leadoff one there at that. Runner on first. That brings up Katarina Luna, who hit into a great 1-4-3 play in order to get herself out. Grounded one right back over towards Sheehan, who knocked it down. Deflected it over to Grigo, is able to secure the throw on over to Hatch over there on first. That was back in the 3rd. Showing bunt works behind her there for strike 1. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Invesco QQQ. 5 hits here for the Setters, 1-run lead. Pace looking to keep this historic season moving along. And Sheehan looking for a wildcat comeback. The 0-1 outside there for a ball. They're going to look at for Valle. But an open first base, she'll cruise back on over there. Hatcher's playing deep, trying to play here for the bunt. Luna settles the 1-1. Bunt again. Right up the gut. Sheehan tosses on over to first to retire Luna. And cruising on over to second base will be Valle in scoring position. So productive out here for the setters on the sacrifice. Well, back to the top of the order here for Alexa Barrino, 0 for 2 on the day. The ground out in the third, a strikeout back in the first. 2 for 4 back in game 2, including 2 bunt singles and a stolen base back in the fourth. And we'll see what Barrino decides to do here in this moment. So the umpire is letting us know that Riley Jenkins re-entered. She was pinch ran for earlier on. As that one goes inside there for a ball. Always good to get a couple notes from the umpire. Someone goes inside there for a ball 1. 1-0 count, 1 out. Runner on second here in Sophie Valle. And now Alexa Barrino looking to put barrel on ball here. 12 RBIs on the season, 431 slugging. That one called a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Barrino's 100th career run scored came in off of that Willa Poplawski grand slam home run back in game 2, the 1-1. Bunted on down. Barrino takes off. That's a great bunt. They're throwing over to first, not in time. And another bunt single here for Barrino here on this Friday. 1 out, runners on the corners. Here's Kaylee Matsuda. Matsuda 1 for 2 with the single back in the third. And an opportunity to increase this lead here for the setters. Matsuda 350 slugging on the year, 10 RBIs. Has that one go out, Barrino jogs on over to second base with the stolen bag. So now runners on second and third here for Kaylee Matsuda. Got her first hit back in the third. Knocked foul for strike 1. The NCAA like to thank all of its corporate partners, including LG. Runners on second and third. There'll be Valle on third base, Barrino on second, both with speed. The sun out back in Pleasantville after a bit of rain earlier on ago. The setters have been red hot at the plate. The 1-1. Knocked up the middle. Through their base hit. Coming home, here goes Valle. They'll send home Barrino. A 2 RBI single for Kaylee Matsuda. And top-seeded Pace can just taste the trip to Chattanooga. A 3-0 lead here in the top of the fifth. For Kaylee Matsuda, RBI number 12. And her first RBIs since the NE10 championship game when she got the go-ahead run with an RBI back against Assumption on May 2nd. Riley Jenkins will be due up now while the pitching change here. That's that angry energy Rael Gorman is talking about in the post-game interview back yesterday. Found her way. As did the rest here of these setters. What an answer after the shutout back in game 1. So Delaney Sheehan will exit here for now. Her stat line as it stands, 87 pitches, 4 1/3 of an inning, allowing 3 runs on 7 hits, 3 strikeouts. And re-entering here will be freshman Karen Sickle out of Old Forge, Pennsylvania. 3-0 on the season, 2.85 ERA, 27 innings of work. 1 save on the year, a 1.22 whip, and now her 16th appearance. Sickle got the start and the no decision back earlier in game 2. 2 innings of work, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. She was great to really start things out for the freshman. Sickle earlier on a May 2nd appearance against number 4 Jefferson. A win there in 4 innings of work, no runs, 1 hit, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. Now this Wilmington team can hit. And now down 3, facing Riley Jenkins. The mission here for Karen Sickle and the Wildcats is to hold the line. Runner on first in Kaylee Matsuda, a 2 RBI single to give the setters that 3-run lead. Knocked through there, back to back, as Jenkins works her way up to a single as well. And Pace looking to start a hit parade here in Pleasantville. That's 3 straight hits here for the setters. And here comes Willa Poplawski looking to deliver the boom. 2 for 2 with a double and a single here in this one. In Game 2, a grand slam home run and a single there as well. Sickle tosses in, grounded down toward the third baseline here for strike one as the NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Marriott. Kaylee Matsuda on second base, Riley Jenkins on first, the base runners for the setters. A 3-0 lead, 8 hits for Pace here in Game 3. With a ticket to Chattanooga on the line, Sickle looking to keep it close to the 0-1. Knocked over toward third base, steps on the bag to throw on over to first, double play! Great play out there here for Mabry to work things out on the ground ball and keep it where it's at. But a 2 RBI single for Kaylee Matsuda increases his base lead. It's 3-0 as the Wildcats look to bounce back. Coming up next in the bottom of the 5th. Don't go anywhere. To the bottom of the 5th we go. 3-0 lead for top-seeded Pace. A trip to Chattanooga, Tennessee on the line for the 2025 NCAA Softball Championship Finals. Here in the Super Regional Round, Alex Zeller alongside you here for Flow College. Thanks for joining us here on this Friday afternoon. Alyssa Smart has had 3 straight 1-2-3 innings, and leading off Haley Grigo, her first strikeout victim, 0 for 1 on the day. That one outside there for a ball as Grigo looking to settle on in. The Wildcats looking to bounce back. This is a team that can certainly hit, and they have hit well here in 2025. Wilmington University, a 306 hitting team, 20 home runs, and 229 RBIs, the 2-0. In there for a strike. Smart winds and deals, slammed on over toward third, through Brianna Shea. Boy, that was a scorcher. As that works out here into left field, and Grigo muscles one past this Pace infield and lands on first base. That's what the doctor ordered here for the Wildcats. Just their second hit here on Alyssa Smart. That brings up Sydney Hatch. 0 for 1, the ground out back in the second. Runner on first, and Alyssa Smart winds and deals, and that's inside there for a ball. Hatch back in Game 2 ended up going 0 for 3. The freshman utility, a .379 batter, 2 home runs, 23 RBIs. And yesterday went 0 for 4. She's looking for a hit here now. That one just shanks foul on her there for strike one. 1 ball, 1 strike, nobody out. And a runner on first. Hatch, a D2 CCA and NFCA All-Region second-team select. First-team All-CACC, a 4-game hitting streak prior to the Super Regional Series, including a walk-off 2-out RBI single to bring them here in the East 2 Regional Final against number 3 Goldie Beacom. The 1-1. Popped foul here out of play. As the NCAA like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Nissan. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out, runner on first. 3-run deficit for the Wildcats, looking to bounce back against Alyssa Smart, who's been all aces. She's been waiting for this moment And Smart, the 1-2. Inside there for a ball 2. Smart so far, 4 innings of work, 37 pitches, no runs, just 2 hits and 2 strikeouts. The second hit there on first base, and Grigo, the 2-2. Outside there for a ball, Grigo takes off. Throw down over to second base is not in time, and sliding in safely will be Grigo with a stolen base. Now the Wildcats with a runner in scoring position. And Wilmington looking to get on the board here for the first time today. Runner on second. Full count. Hatch looking for a hit here in this Super Regional Series. The 3-2. Popped up, heading over toward foul territory and on out of play behind the fans here as the count remains full at 3-2. As the NCAA like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Nissan. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Runner on second, 3-run hole. Sidney Hatch looking to open it up. Tossed high, ball 4. And Hatch makes base. Here's a jam for Alyssa Smart now. Tying run to the plate, Gracie Mabry. The freshman looking for a first career home run maybe. 271 batter, 15 RBIs. Mabry is certainly looking for her first hit here in this series. Shows bunt, pulls on outside there for a ball picked up here by Luna, and the runners will head on back to where they were. Second and first, respectively. Grigo on second base. Hatch on first for the Wildcats. 3-run deficit. Smart looks to dig deep, the sophomore. The 1-0. Ball 2. Back in game 2. Mabry went 0 for 1 with a pop out to second base. In game 1 yesterday, 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts. And now a 2-0 count. Here comes Smart. Bunted down, gets a piece of it, foul ball, and the count moves to 2-1. Sunday against Goldie Beacom, Gracie Mabry went 0 for 2 with a walk. Saturday, 1 for 3 with a run scored. A massive May 8th against number 7 Southern New Hampshire, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. And now the 2-1. Bunted. Picked up here by Jenkins. He'll tag out the runner at first, and everybody advances. 1 away, runners on second and third, and here comes Eve Serrato. A good sacrifice there for Mabry. Eve Serrato, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, 465 slugging, and the tying run comes to the plate here for Alyssa Smart. The sophomore is going to try to dig deep. Pivotal moment perhaps in this game. In there for a strike. It's Grigo on third, Hatch on second for the Wildcats. Serrato settling. Yesterday 0 for 2 as she bunts that down foul there for strike 2. In game 2, 0 for 2 as well. And what a way to get your hits going on in here. A solid knock could score 2 here. A home run ties the game. Her last home run was in the regular season. Serrato awaits the 0-2. So that one's outside there for a ball. A season high 4 RBIs at the University of Bridgeport in game 1. March 15th, 2 for 3 at the home run and a double there as well. It was a massive game against the Purple Knights. The 1-2 fouled off here behind the screen. Transfer from Monmouth University, D1 in the CAA. Played 2 seasons with them. Holds records at Otsego High School. The 1-2. Just missed. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runners on second and third. Tying run at the plate. 3-0 lead for Pace on the line. Wilmington settling. The 2-2. Outside ball 3. 465 slugging. Last hit Sunday against Goldie Beacom in the East 2 Regional Final. She went 1 for 2. Bounces foul and stays alive. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Pizza Hut. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, second and third, and what feels like a pivotal moment, a pivotal at-bat. It's come down to mere moments in this entire series. And does Eve Serrato find hers? The payoff. Popped over here towards center field. Gorman tracks it down, makes the grab there for out number 2. The throw into the cutoff man will not be in time, and scoring on a sacrifice fly RBI will be Haley Grigo. Eve Serrato chips away here at this leader, their 27th RBI of the season. It's 3-1 here in the bottom of the 5th. Hatch remains on second base. And now things get a little bit tighter. Hatch will be pinch run for, and coming on in here for Wilmington will be Alexa Eisman, the junior out of Bishopville, Maryland, over there on second base here now. And coming up here is the 9 batter. Here's Emma Zimmerman, 0 for 1, with a fly out to center field back in the 3rd. Zimmerman 0 for 2. Back in game 2, any pivotal moment. Runner on second. Zimmerman, a 300 hitter, 1 home run, and 18 RBIs. 0 for 2 with the walk back yesterday, looking for a big hit now. First pitch outside for a ball from Alyssa Smart. The 1-0. Knocked back towards Smart. She'll pick it up. Jogs over, tosses it underhand on over to first base in order to retire the side. But not before a sacrifice fly RBI from Eve Serrato chips away at this lead as the Wildcats find themselves on the board for the first time today. It's 3-1 as Pace looks to answer. Coming up next in the top of the 6th. We'll be back here in Pleasantville. Setters up by 2. To the top of the 6th we go, a 3-1 lead. Here for the Setters, Chattanooga on the line, and Karen Sickle looking to keep this one close. Rael Gorman will lead off 0 for 2 on the day here. She'll settle on in here. Sickle settling, coming on in relief here for Delani Sheehan. That one's in there for a strike. Sickle ran only 2/3 through the inning, coming in for Sheehan back in the last. The 0-1 now coming in. Upstairs there for a ball. Gorman a strikeout back in the 4th, a ground out back in the 2nd, back in Game 1 and a 2 RBI double in the top of the 7th. 8-0 win for the Setters. Forced a Game 3 as that one is blasted on over toward right field. Heading high and on into the glove here by Barnes. One away. So that'll bring up Brianna Shea. 0 for 2 with a fielder's choice RBI, which got Pace the initial lead. They would end up dropping 2 in the top of the 5th earlier on here. Shea an RBI and a home run away from some milestones. She fouls that off there for strike 1. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Reese's. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Shea here at the plate. Yeah, Sickle looks on in, winds and deals. Outside there for a ball. Shea settling, Sickle the freshman. Delivers the 1-1 outside there for ball 2. Shea back in game 1, went 0 for 2 with 2 walks. 8 team hits here for the setters, the 2-1. In there for strike 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Shea 1 home run and 1 RBI away. Well, for Shea, 1 RBI away from the RBI leader here for the setters. And 1 home run from sharing the lead in all-time home runs. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out. The payoff now. Bounce through there for a base hit out into left field. And a solid knock here for Brianna Shea on board first base. So that'll bring up Giselle Garcia, 0 for 2 on the day. A ground out to second, a strikeout in the 4th. Garcia settles, here comes Sickle. Ball 1. NE10 Pitcher of the Year, East Region Pitcher of the Year. The pitching accolades pouring on in for Garcia in her senior season as that one goes outside for a ball. Her last at-bat, May 2nd against Delphi. She went 0 for 1 in a pinch hit moment, 0 for 2 against New Haven back on the 18th. The 2-0 upstairs there for a ball 3. The 3-0. In there for a strike. Garcia had a home run last year. A .220 batter. 9 hits in total with 4 runs scored, including a double. She's got 4 doubles this season on 14 hits and 6 RBIs. That one goes outside there for ball 4, and Garcia will head on over to first base. Curious to see if Garcia will continue to run or if they'll pinch run for her. Conversation here in the circle as Sickle will end her day, it looks like. At least for now. You would think Garcia would be the player to bring in relief for Smart if needed. But looks like she'll stay out there here on first base. So Sophie Valle will be up and returning on into the circle here in Game 3 now. Well, returning today. First time in Game 3 will be senior pitcher Kylie Gunkel out of Highland, Maryland. 14-8 on her win-loss record, a 2.56 ERA. Entering today, 139.2 innings of work. And she pitched for 1/3 of an inning back in Game 2. Allowed 4 runs, 3 hits, 1 walk in that grand slam home run to Willa Poplawski. Gunkel's been great. 2.12 career ERA, 79 career wins. CACC All-Tournament team, second team All-CACC. Became the all-time program wins record holder with her 70th career win. Back at Bloomfield College earlier on. A no decision yesterday against Pace in a start, 4 2/3 of an inning. No runs, 3 hits, 1 walk, and 1 strikeout. And Gunkel will now have pitched in all 3 games here in this Super Regional. Sophie Valle, 1 for 2 on the day at the single back in the 5th. Runners on first and second. They do decide to pinch run here for Giselle Garcia. Looks like Faith Scally over there on first base. I'll confirm that in a moment. Gunkel looks on in, winds and deals. That one's outside there for a ball. It is Faith Scally, the sophomore out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on first base. Pinch running here for Giselle Garcia. Runners on first and second. It'll be Shea on second base. And Valle looking for a little insurance here now. That one's in there for a strike. Count moves to 1-1. Valle back in game one and a 2 RBI single back in the top of the seventh, 1 for 4. The 1-1. Popped up here toward foul territory and on out of play. The count moves to 1-2. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Ritz. Two-run lead here for the Setters. Gunkel tosses that outside there for a ball 2. Gunkel last season, the D2CCA Honorable Mention All-American, D2CCA East Region Player of the Year as well. That one slammed deep left field and shanked foul out of play. Boy, if that was fair, that might have been over the wall. That one carried pretty well. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Swing and a miss. Drop strike 3. Throw on over to third here in order to keep it there. So just runners on first and second here now. 2 outs after the strikeout. So Valle strikes out. Here's Katarina Luna. 0 for 1 on the day. 1 for 3. Back in the third, a sacrifice. Back in the fifth. Runners on first and second, and Pace looking here to keep the hits going as Luna takes that on in there for strike 1. 10 RBIs for Luna, 322 slugging. The 0-1. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. Little off speed work. Luna 1 for 2 back in game 2 with 2 walks back in the third and sixth. Fouled off there. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. The 0-2. Outside for a ball. Luna holds off again. Ball 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second. A pivotal moment, I think, here for Wilmington as they look to try to draw this line. They need 1 more strike. Gunkel, the 2-2. Knocked foul. Another hard hit one out of play. Hit so hard, I think you could still hear the ball screaming. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runners on first and second here now. Luna stretching out, settles on in here now. Gunkel looking for 1 more strike. Knocked toward third, off the glove here, and everybody's safe. But foul ball, knocked into foul territory just over third base, will bring Luna back. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. The 2-2. Fouled off. Wasn't that bad here for Katarina Luna. Continuing to battle here. Gets a fist bump from Alexa Barrino. She loves it. Luna settling in. The 2-2 once again. Knocked towards second. Grigo tosses on over to first in order to retire the side. Great job here for Wilmington to keep this one close. It's 3-1 as we head now to the bottom of the sixth. Two-run game here. Welcome to the bottom of the 6th inning. Wilmington looking to chip their way back on in as the top of the order up now. Tristan Stewart has that one go outside of her for a ball 1. 0 for 2 on the day for her. Alyssa Smart here back on into the mix. She's had a great day here at the plate and a tough challenge in that last inning. 5 innings of work, 57 pitches for the sophomore and Smart, as that one ends up being ball 2, allowing 1 run on 2 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. It was a sacrifice fly RBI from Eve Serrato to bring them here, the 2-0. So that one's in there for a strike. Pace leading 3-1. We're going to send somebody to Chattanooga here today in some hardware, either staying in New York or going down to Delaware. The 2-1 here from Smart here on Stewart. Knocked foul off the pole here for a strike. Count moves to 2-2. Smart, the 2-2. Knocked over towards second. Valle on it. Toss on over to first is in there for the out. Great play there by Valle. The infield here for the Setters has been great here today. One away, that brings up Cassidy Zolano. 1 for 2 on the day, a single in the first. Zolano, 301 hitter, 17 RBIs on the season. And Pace pitching has just dominated the Wildcats. .347 on base percentage for Zolano. The junior looking to get on base now. Knocked back towards Smart. Picks it up. Tosses it over to first. 2 away. Another 1-2 spot here for Alyssa Smart, who went 1-2-3. 3 straight innings back in the second, third, and fourth. And now a 1-2 punch here on the Wildcats in the bottom of the 6th. Maddie Volmar due up 0 for 1. They pop out toward left field. A sacrifice squeeze back in the first. Here comes Smart. Outside there for a ball. Volmar, the freshman, a .339 batter. 1 home run, 18 RBIs, and a .390 on base percentage. Knocked foul here this time as the count goes even at 1-1. The NCAA like to thank all of our corporate partners, including Samsung Galaxy. Base is clear, 2 outs, 1-1 count. And Smart looking to get back to 1-2-3 innings with a 2-run lead intact, the 1-1. Swing and a miss for strike 2. Pace was such a deadly 1-2 punch in the circle. And now the 1-2. Knocked through down to left field. Great piece of hitting there by the freshman to battle out with Smart. She's on board first base. A 2-out single. That brings up Bella Barnes, 0 for 2 on the day. The heroics back in game 1 went yard in the top of the 9th. And now the tying run back to the plate here for Barnes and the Wildcats. 6 homers, 37 RBIs here on the season. She lets that one cruise out there for a ball 1. Barnes back in game 2, held 1 for 3 with a single. Smart, the 1-0. Knocked a hard hit there through there, but called foul. We'll reset. Alyssa Smart and the Setters catch a break as that one worked into foul territory. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Smart shakes off a pitch, and now the 1-1 here to Barnes. Outside there for a ball 2. You know that Bella Barnes just waiting for the moment like she had back in game 1, the top of the 9th. A solo shot over the wall. If she goes yard here, it'll be a tie game. And now the 2-1 here from Smart. Slammed on down there, base hit here toward left field. Back-to-back hits for the Wildcats, and now they're going to look to rally. Here's Haley Grigo, 1 for 2 with the single and a stolen base. Smart looking in her dugout. It's going to stay right where she's at. Looking for one more out. Back-to-back singles for the Wildcats, as that one's in there for a strike. Haley Grigo, 3 home runs, 35 RBIs, 503 slugging. And now the go-ahead run at the plate. Here's Smart, the 0-1. Knocked over toward right field, heading foul, going foul and out of play. And now Smart in the driver's seat. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. This sophomore looking to dig deep. Shea, with some words of wisdom here, she'll head back on over to third base as Smart settles in. A big pitch incoming. Grigo settles. Smart's ready. The 0-2. Knocked foul. The NCAA would like to thank all of its corporate partners, including Unilever. Hold your breath. Pivotal moment here in this game, perhaps. Runners on first and second. And the Wildcats down 2. Smart delivers. Popped up into the infield. Matsuda weighs everybody off, makes the grab, and the sophomore stays strong and keeps his 2-run lead. As she gets love there from her teammates, we'll take a brief timeout and come back to the top of the 7th. Top seeded Pace leads 3-1. We'll be back here in Pleasantville. To the top of the 7th, and a little stress here in Pleasantville. 3-1 for top-seeded Pace on top here of number 2 Wilmington. Only 1 ticket to Chattanooga. Welcome back to Flow College. Alex Zeller alongside you here, streaming live and ad-free. Thanks for joining us here on this Friday afternoon. 0-for-1 count here. 0-1 count, coming on in. From Kylie Gunkel, as that one goes inside there for a ball. 1-1 count, nobody out. Setters leading by 2 and want a little insurance. The Wildcats really threatened in the last bit of the last innings. That one's knocked down. Zimmerman picks it on up. And foul ball here, so Barino will stay here in the box. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. Barino settling in. Here's the 1-2 now from Gunkel. Top of the order here, and Barino's had a great game. 1 for 3 here in this one. In game 2, went 2 for 4 with 2 bunt singles. She's been the master of that here today, the 2-2. Ooh, that one's close. Got a piece of her, though, and Barino will reach base here. Hit by pitch. And that's the happiest player you'll ever see get hit by a softball up top like that. She's over there on first base, all smiles. Here comes Kaylee Matsuda. What a job back in the top of the 5th. A 2 RBI single. She's 2 for 3 on the day. Shows bunt. She's trying a slide. It goes Hatch. Can't make the play. And Matsuda legs it out on over to first base. Boy, if Hatch made that grab, that really would have been something. Almost caught it out of midair. But Matsuda just on another level here today with another single, a 3-hit day for her. So that'll bring up Riley Jenkins, 2 for 3. Two singles in the fourth and the fifth. Runners on first and second, and the setters looking for a little bit of breathing room as they'll face a bottom of the seventh for the Wildcats, looking to bounce their way on back in a whole team meeting here. Everybody's in the circle to talk things out here. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. And the meat of the order coming up first, Riley Jenkins, who's had moment after moment since the NE10 championship game, where she knocked a 2 RBI single to tie the game. And she's had plenty of moments since. 1 home run, 32 RBIs entering here today. Back in game 2 for Jenkins, went 1 for 3 with a walk. As she'll await Gunkel. Looks to take on the first baseman. She winds and deals. Bunted behind her there for strike one. .370 bat, .439 slugging. Her last hits, and a massive one there at that against Bentley, 3 for 3 with 2 RBIs, including a double. Kylie Gunkel looking to dig deep now. That one's bunted just perfectly there. They'll throw on over to third. Not in time! Sliding on in is Barino, and everybody's safe. And a bases loaded jam with nobody out, and deja vu. Here's Willa Poplawski. A grand slam home run. Back in game 2, and Pleasantville looking to get on its feet once more. First pitch inside there for a ball. Poplawski, 4 home runs, 37 RBIs, and on that grand slam back in game 2 earlier today. She went 2 for 3 in total. And earlier on here today has gone 2 for 3 as well with a double and a single. Now a 2-0 count. Kylie Gunkel looking to dig deep. She pitched that grand slam home run pitch here to Poplawski earlier. The 2-0. Inside ball 3. Hitter's pitch for Poplawski. Looking to open this game up here in the top of the 7th. The setters can just taste Chattanooga. Outside corner for strike 1. Still a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike, nobody out. Bases loaded. Barino on third, Matsuda on first, Jenkins on second, Jenkins on first. That one is slammed through there, base hit. Barino will score. Swinging around, here goes Matsuda. The throw on the plate won't be made, and it's a 2 RBI single for Willa Poplawski. A 6 RBI day between both teams, and the setters lead it 5-1 here in the top of the 7th. What a day for Willa Poplawski, who's been absolutely raking here in Pleasantville. And nobody out. Runners on first and second. Here's Rael Gorman looking to tag on. A 4-run lead here for the setters. Looking to move to the finals round of the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championships for the first time ever in what's been a historic season. The setters entered today backs to the wall. An elimination game in game 2. They fought an 8-run game as Gorman slams on over towards short. Picked up for 1 in order to grab Jenkins out there for out number 1. So Poplawski on second, Gorman on first, and here's Brianna Shea. And we're going to have a pitching change here once more. Brianna Shea on the verge of some really big milestones for her career as well as a pace setter. She has 119 RBIs, sharing with Suzette Gell from 1996 to 1999. 1 more RBI knock puts Shea as the all-time ribbies leader for the setters. She also has 17 career home runs, 1 shy of 18, held by Sarah Sliven, who did that from 1999 to 2002. To put her in the top 5. So Gunkel will finish her day. 1 inning of work. 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 strikeout, and after a lead here in game 1, which led to a pitcher's duel all the way to the 9th inning, the Setters were able to hit her here today. So that'll bring in here, we'll see, once again, Casey Zanitas, the freshman out of Wilmington, Delaware. 1-1 on the win-loss record, 6.52 ERA, entering today, and 9.2 innings of work as well. Be your 9th appearance here, with Zanitas appearing back earlier. Didn't record an out, allowed 4 runs on 1 hit, 2 walks in the top of the 7th. 11 team hits here for the Setters. They found their bats here today, and a 4-run lead. Brianna Shea due up 1 for 3 on the day with a single. A fielder's choice RBI back in the 2nd to grab the lead here for the Setters. Shea looking for a career milestone. Zanitas looking to draw the line. 1 out, runners on 1st and 2nd. That one is popped up. Out towards center field, caught on in here by Valmar, and tossed on in enough to hold the runners. 2 away. Here's Giselle Garcia, 0 for 2 on the day with a walk back in the 6th. And now looking here for a moment at the plate, a word here from Giselle Garcia, looks like here. And now Claudia Stabile might be making a change. It's Garcia re-entering is what that pause there was. So officially now the batter. She'll step aside here for a moment. Loses the towel. Not allowed here in the box. Garcia, the rule follower, settles on in. Tossed on in here as that one is jammed foul there for strike number 1. Off the end of the bat there. 0-1 count here now for Garcia. Runners on 1st and 2nd. Here's the 0-1 coming in from Zanitas. Popped foul here out into right field and out of play here for an 0-2 count as the NCAA like to thank its final corporate partner in Wendy's. Garcia settles the 0-2. Outside for a ball. Good eye there for Garcia as that one just cruised on out for her. Poplawski there on second base, a 2 RBI single, and what's been a 6 RBI afternoon for her, including a grand slam home run back in game 2. That one dribbled on here into fair play. Tagged on the out goes Hatch in order to retire the side. But not before 2 insurance runs come around. A 2 RBI single for Willa Poplawski, who's raked here in this super regional here this afternoon. Pace leads at 5-1, and will look to punch their ticket to Chattanooga as Wilmington looks to mount the comeback. Coming up next in the bottom of the 7th. Don't go anywhere. We'll be back right after this. And you love to see it. Alyssa Smart of Pace going for the complete victory. 5-1 lead here in the bottom of the 7th. Welcome back to the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Super Regional Round here in Game 3. We're going to send someone to Chattanooga. And the Setters on top by 4. Wilmington looking to mount the comeback here with Sydney Hatch due up first. Hatch 0 for 1 on the day with a walk. Smart 3 outs away from a program first. a finals appearance in the championship tournament. Smart settling in, winds and deals. Inside there for a ball. You're streaming live and ad-free here on Flow College. Alex Zeller alongside you. Thanks for making us a part here of your Friday. What a day for the Setters, the 1-0. Knocked through their base hit out here into left field. And Sydney Hatch on board with their first hit and a lead-off single. That'll bring up Gracie Mabry. 0 for 1, a sacrifice squeeze in the fourth. And now we'll have a pitching change here as well. What a day for Alyssa Smart, a standing ovation here in Pleasantville. Smart went 6 innings of work, 78 pitches, 1 run, 5 hits, 1 walk, 2 strikeouts, and re-entering here into the circle will be Giselle Garcia. The senior out of Lemon Grove, California, 28-4 on her win-loss record, 6 saves, although this is not a save situation, .72 ERA and 224.2 innings of work here for Garcia. Garcia, the complete game victory back in Game 2, and a shutout at that. No runs on 4 hits and 3 strikeouts. Garcia looking to get 3 final outs to secure Smart the win here in relief and bring Pace to the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Finals round. Hosted in Chattanooga, Tennessee, it'll be their first time ever the program's advanced this far in the NCAA tournament. They've only ever appeared in the East region. Coach DeBeal tell me they've never won. Boy, have things changed here this season. 45 program wins at best for Claudia Stipul's crew. A 27-game winning streak along the course of 2025. Swing and a miss for strike 1 here for Garcia on Mabry. 0 for 1 on the day. Mabry back in Game 1 went 0 for 1 with a pop out to second base. And now the 0-1. In there, strike 2 back-to-back. And Garcia throwing gas. Winds and deals. Low there for a ball. Count moves to 1-2. Gracie Mabry, 403 on base percentage, 15 RBIs, 271 average. Runner on first, the 1-2. Bounce high into foul territory. Count remains at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, nobody out. 4-run lead here for Pace. Giselle Garcia looking to end the Super Regional round and bring Pace to the finals round. The 1-2. Swing and a miss, got her! And down on strikes goes Mabry. 1 away. Here's Eve Serrato, a sacrifice fly RBI back in the 5th. For the lone run here for the Wildcats. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout back in the 3rd. Swing and a miss there for a strike. Garcia settling on in. Winds and deals. Swing and a miss there for strike 2. What a team here in 2025, and Garcia looking to keep the vibes rolling. 0-2 count here for Serrato. Fouled off. Eve Serrato, 5 home runs, 26 RBIs, 307 on base percentage. And looking to keep this game rolling. The Wildcats trailing only by 4. The 0-2. Popped up here towards left field. Coming in goes Barino, makes the grab, 2 away. And now Wilmington down to their final outs. And a little pep in the step in the outfield here for Pace. And here's Emma Zimmerman, 0 for 2 on the day. A fly out and a ground out. Garcia looking to finish things out, winds and deals. Inside there for a ball. Popped up here toward foul territory. Everybody chasing after it as it ends up going on out of play. A 1-1 count and 2 outs. Zimmerman settling Garcia, the 1-1. Outside their ball, 2. Zimmerman, 1 home run, 18 RBIs, and a .364 on base percentage. She has a runner on first. Garcia, the 2-1. Low. Hitter's pitch. Zimmerman looking to keep this one rolling, the 3-1. Popped up here into foul territory. Coming on in goes Matsuda. Punch that ticket! And for the first time in program history, Pace University is moving on to the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Finals. What a historic season for the Setters, which will continue in Chattanooga. Backs to the wall coming in today. Pleasantville on its feet. And what a job here for Pace here today. A tough spot to enter Game 2 here of this Super Regional round. And here in Game 3, it came down to a fielder's choice RBI for Brianna Shea, who will grab the early run back in the top of the second. Pace would grab some insurance in the top of the fifth. A 2 RBI single from Kaylee Matsuda. But that will be answered by a sacrifice fly RBI from Eve Serrato to bring it just a little bit closer. And then Willa Poplawski, who absolutely raked today, would rip a 2 RBI single. And that was all that Pace would need. Giselle Garcia would come in to finish this one out to a 5-1 victory. Your final as Pace University moves to Chattanooga and the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Finals. A double elimination in bracket play and then a best of 3 in a championship series. A year of firsts, a year of milestones here for the Setters, as we'll take it field side here for the award ceremony. Dan Ho, the public address announcer. What a job for Wilmington University. They really battled here in this one. As the names of all the players of the 2025 East Region runner-up, Wilmington University. Well, it's been a wonderful season there as well. A little hardware re-entering New York, but a hard-fought battle and a great season for Wilmington, the perennial winner. Their 4th straight Super Regional visit. Their 7th straight NCAA tournament appearance.
And now, the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball East Region champions from Pace University, coached by Claudius Camille.
And now the first East Region title in program history, as the Setters announced. The captains come up and celebrate with the East Region trophy, their first East Region title in program history. Giselle Garcia, Brianna Shea holding it. And Pace with their ticket punch to Chattanooga, Tennessee, for the finals round of this softball championship here in NCAA Division II, hosted at Frost Stadium at Warner Park.
They're going to go, what, Claudia? Play some celebrations.
And here comes a Gatorade bath. Claudia Stabile and even Chase a little bit getting a piece of it. Today, a bit of a warmer day than the last time they did that in the NE10 championship round. What a job here for the setters. And really came down to a really gutsy day from Alyssa Smart. The winner here today, 6 innings of work, allowed 1 run on 5 hits, 1 walk, and 2 strikeouts. As Alyssa Smart here on her season felt like the secret weapon as a number 2 punch coming on in here in a crucial Game 3. Smart improves to 10-2 here on her season. Giselle Garcia would mop things up. No runs, no hits, no walks, 1 strikeout in just 1 inning of work in that 7th to secure the victory as the team poses for a picture here in front of home plate in front of us. A season of first here for the setters. A program best 46 wins. Part of a 27-game winning streak. They won their 2nd NE10 championship title in 9 years. They've won their first ever East Regional title and will travel to the finals round in Chattanooga, Tennessee for the first time ever. Giselle Garcia, 1,000 career strikeouts, the NE10 all-time career strikeout leader here at Pace as well. Becomes the all-time wins leader after a complete game shutout back in Game 2 of the Super Regional as well. 1 save shy of the program best there in that as well. Brianna Shea, a number of milestones here on the season. We saw 100 career runs scored for Alexa Barino. Willa Poplawski with a 6 RBI day, a grand slam home run back in Game 2, and a 2 RBI single back in Game 3 really made the difference here as well. So the Pace setters have punched their ticket. We'll head now to the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championship Finals. A double elimination in bracket play and then a best of 3 for the championship series, and will all take place at Frost Stadium at Warner Park in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Wilmington University has been eliminated from the NCAA tournament. The finals round begins on May 22nd. Be sure to check out ncaa.com for full bracket information as well as date and times for the next series of games. It's been a great couple of weeks, and there's so many thanks go around for this great broadcast. There's so many people behind the scenes working so very hard, make all this look and sound so very good. Please join me in thanking Ron Ennifer of Pace University for sports information. He's been partnered with me for what feels like weeks now, all the way back to the NE10 tournament, all the way through the East 1 region, all the way through to the Super Regional, and it's been some ride here for the setters. Pace has a program, 4 NCAA tournament teams, and 2 conference championships here over the course of what's been a dynamic spring over here as well. A big thank you to Samantha Flecker, without whom none of this is possible. She's been a big help all season long as she has sports information here at Pace University. A big thank you to Alyssa Macker, who's worked tirelessly here on the technical end for us, working 2 cameras over the course here of this entire tournament here as well. Of course, a big thank you here to our staff in the booth. Dan Hull on public address. Ali Rondone, Krista Dietz helping us out here as well. And a big thanks to my producer this afternoon, and Kira Milady. And, well, for all of us here on the team for Flow College, I'm Alex Zeller. I want to thank you for tuning in, whether it was today, whether it was all season long. We appreciate all the support here on Flow College. And thank you for making me a small part here of your softball season. One last time, I'm Alex Zeller. Much love from Pleasantville. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Backs to the walls. The setters rise to the occasion. Win 2 here on Friday and punch their ticket to the finals round of the 2025 NCAA Division II Softball Championships for their first time in program history. As the record books move now to Chattanooga. So long from Pleasantville.